Look who's making a guest experience. Nope. Talking is not my forte today.
No. No.
Guests. Nope. Why can't I think of it?
Appearance?
No, that's so not what I meant. Yes, that is exactly what I meant.
I've been watching cartoons for the majority of my life. I know exactly what you were going for.
You know what's worse is I was really trying to say the word. And no. And Connor's always doing what he's usually doing. That way. And I'm about to turn on music. So.
Yes. Music is better.
Because I have to go clean the kitchen. And clean up from the birthday party last night. Dinner was really good. I wasn't sure the sauce was going to turn out.
See, I wasn't sure how good dinner was because I ended up with this really, really small portion.
Somebody's still whining about not getting a massive amount of food. Even though he's supposed to be watching what he eats.
I did watch what I eat. I watched it made this little smear on my plate.
Then you should have... You did not get that little.
Oh, okay.
It filled that small white plate.
I did not.
Not that orange one. It would have overflowed.
Where?
Yes. You filled it up. Mine was full too. Plus you had bread. And you had multiple pieces of bread.
Oh, I killed the bread. I went after that bread.
There's bread. We still have bread. We only went through 2 loaves and I sent home 3 or 4 pieces with Boogie.
No, because when this bowl was sitting here, Boogie wanted bread. And I went like this, and he took a piece out of here, put it in his bag, and also ate a piece.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, because he was hungry too.
He should have eaten.
He should have eaten. So should me and Xander, who were dying.
But I think it was good because Elizabeth ended up with some. She was so happy. Did you hear what Joni said?
Mm-mm.
She told Boogie, well, you can just stay home and eat pizza. And he's like, Amy's cooking. No. I want her food. I just went to our channel and that's not what I wanted to do.
I wouldn't go there either. I've seen what those people post. No. Puppy time.
Oh yeah, we had Joni's Mahalia and Maliki.
Bless you.
Kaliki.
Kaliki.
It's Kaliki.
I don't know, but I know the pit got up here and said, I know pretty.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to insert pictures. But yeah, Mahalia ended up sitting at the table like a good girl in the chair. Until she was done with that and then tried to get on my table.
She only did that once. She sat at the table multiple times in a chair like a people.
There was a plate in front of her. And so I gave her a dog treat on it.
Yep.
She was good too. Did you see? I put it on the plate and she wouldn't eat it until I told her she could.
Yep. Yeah,
Joni didn't know she could do paw, and she did. I think... What?
Yeah, the other one, high five, paw. Oh, yeah.
Well, you know what the Blue Humane Society said? They were leash trained? No. Kaliki was.
Mm-hmm.
And then all she does is pull. But she's getting much better. Okay. Anthony's gonna hate my music. But he can get over it. Should click on.
As long as it's not Enya, I don't care.
Enya?
Who can say blah blah blah? Yeah, that. No. I'm good off that.
It keeps connecting to my house phone. So now my cell phone will go through the home phone.
Well, no, I plan on hiding in the front bedroom. I got homework and whatnot to catch up on. Apparently, that heart saver thing I went through.
It won't disconnect. Unpair.
Let me see.
I just unpaired it.
You used to listen to Bruno Mars. What the hell happened to you?
But Bruno Mars is in here.
This chick doesn't know what's good for you.
Hi. Bye.
Later.
Go.
Yeah, I'm leaving this here for you. Get up! Okay.
I see what's happening here.
I've been so busy all day.
Are you sure about that?
No, I'm not sure about that at this point.
What?
Anyway, Lex wanted to go to Austin's, and Austin's was the 14th, and then I thought his was the 16th. And then I've known for like, I think I told Mom last month, yours was the 16th. And then today you tried to convince me it was the 12th and they moved it to the 14th. And I was like, oh crap. Because the 14th doesn't work because it's a Thursday and Mom can't get that Thursday off because I wanted to try video chatting. Like we did for Lex, but then we had such bad connection that she didn't get to watch Lex graduate from junior high. But the Saturday works because that's the Saturday she has off. So he's weirded out because he's graduating and it feels weird. Or it sounds weird.
It does sound weird.
It's been a long road that is finally almost over. Can you get your bottle? Did you already put in for your degree?
Well, yeah, no, I've already put in for it. I'm just waiting for the cap and gown.
Okay. When's the cap and gown supposed to be in? Because we're less than a month away.
They said it'd be near the end of the month.
Okay. My finger hurts. So I went and hung out with Joni today. We ended up... Okay. Yeah, I'm cold. We ended up going to a shelter in the Tri-Cities. Thank you. And she had seen this three-legged dog. And he's a pit. And he looks adorable and he looks really friendly. We got to the place which... Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
What?
You reminded me of a scene from a movie, three-legged dog with one eye and no nuts named Lucky.
So...
You just get glazed right over.
Yes.
Okay.
So... Google has their own GPS. That's a joke. I did get to see different parts of Tri-Cities I've never been in. So it sent me to one street and it was North 18th and I needed South 18th.
Ooh.
And we ended up in a residential home area. So we weren't where we needed to be. And so then I Googled the name and then it took me to another place. Remember where that Mexican restaurant we used to take Mom and she got the chicharrones?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so like 3 blocks up, it tells me, and I turn on the street and there's a brand new Napa there. And it's like, your destination's on the right. And I was like, well, the hell it is. It's a empty lot. So I go to the end of it, to the stop sign, and it doesn't look like it really goes anywhere. And,
Empty lot. Did you find the pillar of salt?
I don't know what that means. And so I ended up, we went around a huge block, came back, and I was like, no, now I need to know, because this is what, now the second spot Google has taken me. First, you know what was weird? Is it tells me to turn right onto 18th Street, go to Brown Street, take a right, your destination is on the right. it's a corner house that is technically on Brown Street, but I was like, why am I on Brown Street? And so I Googled the address. It wants to take me right back to that house, except for it has me change streets. So I don't know what it was. Google, I think, drinks before noon at this point.
5 o'clock somewhere.
So this time, I Google the name.
That's your own
You
fault.
told me your name was Baby Girl. I could never forget that.
That's nice.
Who's baby girl?
Sissy.
Alexi, probably.
Oh. So I Googled the name of the animal shelter, and it takes me to the spot where I thought we should be. And in that area vicinity, I didn't know exactly where we should be. And so we are over there, and I take that big loop, and I was like, oh, screw it, Joni, let's just go to the casino at this point. And we laughed, and she goes, might as well. And so she's like, just pull over, I'll ask. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna call them. And so I call them, and I was like, hey, I'm by Napa, and GPS tells me that I'm at my destination, and it's on the right. He goes, and he kind of explains, he goes, we're over by the waterfront. And I start to ask him, he goes, and I see, and it doesn't look like a real street. It just looks like there's a building, just an empty little, plot of land and a building. And so I come up to the stop sign, and I go straight across like I'm supposed to. And I was like, I would have never, because there's a business behind it. It's like a car junkyard. And Joni and I are like looking, going, really? And then there's this huge sign that says animal shelter, and we both lose it. So I grab my red vines, or I grab one red vine, and I go to head in, and we walk up to the thing. She opens the door. I hold it for her, and I've got like a little bit. I've never had a red vine taste like doo-doo in my life. The place smelled so bad. Don't get me wrong, the Thank you. Blue Mountain Humane Society, it doesn't smell Why can't I talk all of a sudden?
Present.
Hold on. Reboot. The Blue Mountain Humane Society doesn't smell, peachy, but
It's got strawberry tint to it, not peaches.
We were
Hey!
so,
strawberry.
but you can tell there are animals there. It's not really bad, except for, their air conditioner system went down recently.
Oh, that's no bueno.
That one, honest to God, that wasn't that bad. It was just kind of stuffy in there, and a little doggy. And so, this place was unorganized. So, we asked, and all of a sudden, we didn't know how to pronounce the dog's name, and I couldn't remember the dog's name, and I was like, I'm looking for the three-legged dog. And one of the girls was like, oh, yeah, we got him. It's like, oh, okay. And we just kind of stood there, and the guy's like, so you want to see him? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, oh, you have to sign in. And so I have to sign in. I have to put my phone number. I have to put the town I live in. Group number. I left that one blank because I had no idea. The time in and the time out. So we wait a minute because we've never been there. There's no directional anything. There's no little signs. Not that, honest to God, we were expecting something like that. So we waited a few minutes. He was like, oh, And then he just kind of pointed towards where he should be. And there's this aquarium looking thing, and it's got 3 kittens in it. They're on a 72-hour business hold. So they're CEO kittens. But it was just really weird, and it really did not smell good. And then so we walked through these. I'm wondering if it was like a hospital facility, because we walked through these double doors, and then there's, to our right is staff only. And we're just in a hall, and so there's a door, there's a gap, like the wall, a door, a gap, and a door. But we're in this really weird setup hall, where the hall, we go through double doors, the hall has 4 doors. One says staff only. So we picked the wrong door. We were supposed to go to the door to the right, and this dog is in his own little corridor that's completely cemented, except for, you know, his makeshift walls. The rest are empty. All those doors are open. He's the only one in there, and it's like dirty. So we went and looked at him, and he wouldn't get up. He just kind of stared at us.
That's a little weird.
Yeah, he didn't get up. He didn't bark. He didn't anything. Joni kind of touched the top of the gate, you know, to try to get his attention. And he stood up and started growling. I was like, walk out of here sideways. He lays down like we have irritated him and just goes, ugh, and just stares at us. And I was like, oh, he's scary. And so we walked out. Then I went into the puppy section, and they're like, what did I explain? They're like 3-foot concrete walls. They're like huge bathtub looking things. And there's 4 on each side, and then there's like a gate on top. But like, I think I would have to lean less to get into the bottom of our washer. Like it was way down there. There was like a poodle, and the poodle had to have been like 800 years old. Mangy, dirty. It used to be a white poodle. And then they had, I thought it was I asked Joni, but she said it was a miniature.
Like teacup?
No. Teacup are smaller.
Right.
Yorkie. Little tiny little thing. But that one was also like, I think 600, but they were together. There were no real puppies. The only puppy I saw was at Blue Humane Society. And it's a pit bull. And he's tan.
Why are you telling me this?
Because I really wanted him. But he was like 2 months old. Anyway, just really, really weird.
Why?
Shelter. Like, you know how you walk out and you have that lasting smell that you can smell almost all the way home? Like, Joni and I are not talking to each other, and I just bust off. I was like, dude, it just smells like the shelter. I was like, I just feel like all I can smell is urine. And then like 5 minutes later, I was like, oh my god, it smells like hamster. You know, hamster, you haven't changed their stuff, and it's got that wood chips. Yeah, that's what it reminded me of. And it just felt like I smelled like it. And I just kind of felt bad for the animals. Daddy.
Mighty 10 men.
And then we had gone to the Blue Humane Society.
Well, you know my ass to be building that shit up.
And was looking at Lotus. She's also a pit bull. It was very apparent she just had puppies recently. They just fixed her. But she looks so emaciated. Joni and I we both loved her. She is so thin. They brought a dog in from walking, and the other ones it sounded violent. They were all barking, and I was like, alright, so I have to try to pick up Joni, run through this door, make sure no one gets bit. This dog, this pit bull that are so known to be so mean, and I just rolled my eyes if you guys couldn't see. She didn't care. She didn't bark. She was just the sweetest thing. So, yeah. Now I've sat here and talked to you guys' ears off. It's definitely been an interesting day. I really did freak out thinking Anthony's mom wasn't going to get to at least watch him graduate since she can't cut him up this year. Because I was thinking it was on a Thursday, not a Saturday, and I was like, no. I had talked myself into thinking, I convinced myself it was on a day that it wasn't, because then Anthony didn't help, and he's like, oh, it was the 12th. Now it's the 14th, and I was like, oh. But Lexi was happy to know she could go to Austin's, so we're gonna go to Austin's. This is at like 7 o'clock on the 14th. You should be out of classes by then, right?
Mine is still on the 16th.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I keep hearing you say the 14th.
Austin's is the 14th. What aren't you paying attention to? Are you Austin? Or are you Anthony?
Who's on first?
You paused. You don't know who you are.
I
Oh,
love that song.
that's sad.